Howdy. So, after a rough week, and we're not even going to get into that, I decided yesterday to go with my wife to see the movie Arrival at the theater down in Syracuse, and I want to give basically a quick review about it. You know, it's not the movie I thought I was going to see. When I saw the previews and saw that it was going to be aliens and such, I thought, wow, this is going to be really cool because I love aliens. So we went. We went to a matinee showing of it, and they don't have it in 3D or IMAX. And initially I wondered why, and now I know why since I saw the movie. Anyway, it stars Amy Adams and Jeremy Renner and Forest Whitaker. And in essence, aliens have come to visit Earth. And they're spread out over the Earth in 12 different locations, not in major cities, but in just 12 locations. And we're trying to find out why. And Forest Whitaker plays a captain, I believe, who goes and scouts Amy Adams' character, who happens to be a language expert, to try to get her to come and help them figure out how to communicate with the aliens, to find out why they're there. And that's basically in the entire movie. In essence, they've got the same thing going on in all the other locations. So everyone is trying to find, their own way of communicating, and she turns out to do the best job of it. She's able to figure out that they use certain symbols that look like smoke to communicate, and she's able to figure out what the words and meanings mean. She takes some risks in order to get there, and of course that was kind of cool to see, and it was really neat. It was visually a very nice movie, I have to tell you that. I'm not sure about everything else. The aliens, okay, I'm just going to say this. The aliens will remind you of the Hand character from the Addams Family. That's the best I got. But still, I like the movie. And, she does figure out the language, and she figures out the meaning, and she figures out why they're there. And I've seen some other reviews where folks are saying, okay, I'm confused. I don't really understand everything that's going on. And I'm not going to tell you everything because I'm not the guy who wants to really spoil it for everybody. But what I am going to tell you is that you have to pay attention to everything that's being said. In essence, think about time. Time for us basically says you're born, you go through your life, you age, and then at a certain point you expire. Well, quantum physics basically says that time is a constant. There is no beginning, there is no end. In essence, time is always the same. So the beginning, middle, and end of time is all happening at the exact same time. So that's a very important aspect to try to figure out in this movie. And once you kind of understand that, then the rest of the movie starts to make sense with everything that's going on, whereas she gains some insight. There's something that the aliens are going to do that no one some people might say, well, wait, how did they know to do that? Well, because of time. And I don't want to give it away. So what I am going to say is Amy Adams, you know what? That woman is a stunning woman. I have liked everything I've ever seen her in. I have not seen everything she's ever done because I don't usually chase actors into movies. I will, if a movie seems to catch my attention, then I'll go see it. But she's been solid in everything I've ever seen her in. Jeremy Renner was a little bit different than what I expected. I'm used to him being kind of bold and kind of smug. And in this movie, he's supposed to be a genius guy. And he's got a little bit of smugness, but he really plays a much secondary character. And I have to say that for once, they really let a woman run the movie. And I love that. Forest Whitaker's character was really interesting because if it hadn't been for the fact that we know what Forest Whitaker looks like, when you hear his voice, you're like, okay, what's he trying to affect? What is that voice? It's not like that strong Forest Whitaker voice that we're used to, but it's still Forest Whitaker. Everyone, in essence, played their roles the way I would expect that we would do that in real life, especially if you have aliens all around the world and you have different countries with different cultures deciding that maybe they have to do something different than what someone else might say. And if you're not communicating information with everybody, things will start to happen or possibly happen. So like I said, I thought that this movie was pretty cool. If you're looking for a lot of action, this ain't it. And truthfully, I will tell you, if this movie hadn't looked like there would be some kind of action or something, I might not have ever gone. But I'm glad I did. So this is Arrival, and I hope it does well. It's still going up against Doctor Strangelove and Trolls. Trolls, yeah. Anyway, it's still going up against those movies. I liked it. My wife thought it was okay. Someone else who went with us thought it was okay. And one other person, he didn't like it because he said he likes more action. Hey, you know what? Movies don't appeal to everybody. But still, I think this movie deserves to be seen. I hope you go see it. I think it's worth it. I'm not going to say that you're going to have as good a time as I had at Captain America Civil War, but I thought the movie was pretty good. There are some times there where the movie kind of slows down a little bit, but it's interesting in the fact that you probably needed some of that to get an understanding of some of what was going on. And there's a lot of flashbacks in the movie that, if you remember what I said about time, you will understand how come they're there. So that's all I got. I hope y'all go see this movie. I hope you enjoy the movie when you see it. And I hope this doesn't look as odd as it looks to me filming it while sitting on my living room couch. You take care.